Hi friends! We're deep into our monthly theme of liberation, and I wanted to shine a little light onto a group of people who will be the liberators of the future. Youth leaders from Gen Z are stepping into the spotlight more and more by the day. Through social media apps like TikTok and YouTube, the generation born between the mid to late 90s and the early 2010s has unprecedented access to the lives of others around the world, and a plethora of platforms on which they use their own voices to advocate for matters of social justice, sustainability, and progress. One of the Gen Z leaders who's recently gotten quite a bit of attention is 22-year-old Amanda Gorman, our nation's first ever Youth Poet Laureate. You might remember Amanda's work, The Hill We Climb, from President Biden's inauguration, or maybe you caught her piece that aired before this year's Super Bowl. Even though it seems like she's everywhere we look nowadays, Amanda didn't come out of nowhere. She and so many of her peers have been working relentlessly to hone their craft for years in hopes of making positive change. In 2014, at the age of 16, Amanda told the Huffington Post, "I've learned that poetry is voice and the courage to use it. With this courage, we free ourselves and become capable of influencing others." If this following piece is any indication of Amanda's dedication and passion, I hope she continues to influence for generations to come. Without further ado, I'd like to present Amanda Gorman performing her 2018 meditation on the beauty of Earth and the effects of climate change, Earthrise.
On Christmas Eve, 1968, astronaut Bill Anders snapped a photo of the Earth as Apollo 8 orbited the moon. Those three guys were surprised to see from their eyes a planet looked like an Earthrise, a blue orb hovering over the moon's gray horizon with deep oceans and silver skies. It was our world's first glance at itself, a first chance to see a shared reality, a declared stance, and a commonality, a glimpse into our planet's mirror. And as threats drew nearer, our own urgency became clearer as we realized that we hold nothing dearer than this floating body we all call home. We've known that we're caught in the throes of climactic changes some say will just go away, while some simply pray to survive another day. For it is the obscure, the oppressed, the poor who, when the disaster is declared done, still suffer more than anyone. Climate change is the single greatest challenge of our time. Of this, you're certainly aware. It's saddening, but I cannot spare you from knowing an inconvenient fact, because it's getting the facts straight that gets us to act and not to wait. So I tell you this not to scare you, but to prepare you, to dare you to dream a different reality where, despite disparities, we all care to protect this world, this riddled blue marvel, this little true marvel, to master the verve and the nerve to see how we can serve our planet. You don't need to be a politician to make it your mission to conserve, to protect, to preserve that one and only home that is ours. To use your unique power to give next generations the planet they deserve. We are demonstrating, creating, advocating. We heed this inconvenient truth because we need to be anything but lenient with the future of our youth. And while this is a training in sustaining the future of our planet, there is no rehearsal. The time is now, because the reversal of harm and protection of a future so universal should be anything but controversial. So, Earth, pale blue dots, we will fail you not. Just as we chose to go to the moon, we know it's never too soon to choose hope. We choose to do more than cope with climate change. We choose to end it. We refuse to lose. We do this and more, not because it's very easy or nice, but because it is necessary. Because with every dawn, we carry the weight of the fates of this celestial body orbiting a star. And as heavy as that weight sounded, it doesn't hold us down, but it keeps us grounded, steady, ready, because an environmental movement of this size is simply another form of an Earthrise. To see it, close your eyes, visualize that all of us in this room and outside of these walls or in these halls, all of us change makers, or in a spacecraft floating like a silver raft in space, and we see the face of a planet anew. We relish the view, we witness its round green and brilliant blue, which inspires us to ask deeply, wholly, what can we do? Open your eyes, know the future of this wise planet is right in sight. Right, and all of us trust this earth uprising. All of us bring light to exciting solutions never tried before, for it is our hope that implores us at our uncompromising core to keep rising up for an earth more than worth fighting for.
And Amanda is just one of many Gen Zers doing incredible things to advance liberation, but our Zers don't have to be an inaugural poet to follow her example. Encouraging our kids to become invested in and passionate about issues is a great way to start. And that brings us to our Seek mini quest of the week. Do you know a Gen Zer in grades 9 through 12 who would benefit from the opportunity to become a thinker and a doer? Direct them to the American Ethical Union's annual Youth of Ethical Societies conference, held virtually this year, March 5th through 7th. The theme will be public education in America, and I bet you know a teen who has something to say on the issue. For further information, email seek@ethicalstl.org and I'll get the registration info right to you. That does it for another Seek at Home. Thanks for joining us, and until next week, stay safe and stay healthy.